Hey guys, welcome to another episode of How Did I Shoot This One? My name is Frank Dorov and we are outside because the weather is nice and, well, normally we do our photo shoots in the studio, but you can also do great shots on location, of course. And you know what's cool about shooting on location? It's that you can find really rough backgrounds. For example, a graffiti wall or a nice stone wall. And as a photographer, don't we just love structure and contrast? But in the studio, you can also, of course, create beautiful backdrops. Now for this setup, and we all know that I love Batman, right? Yeah. And you know who does this? Yeah, that's Harley Quinn. Now Harley Quinn has several outfits. When you watch Suicide Squad, you can actually see that she chooses a new outfit instead of the old one. In all honesty, I was always a fan of the old one, but the new one is of course much more fitting for the player of, well, Harley Quinn. And today, our Harley Quinn is actually our model, Felisa. Now, creating a backdrop and creating something that fits together is always a matter of, I always call it a little bit like playing with Legos. You see the outfit. In your mind, you have the whole setup, you have the whole mood of the shot. And then you have to find, of course, the backdrop and you have to find the lighting. Now in this case, we're using a click backdrops with a nice, almost graffiti-like backdrop, but still bright colors and nice patterns. Of course, Felisa is wearing a very shiny outfit, and with Harley Quinn, well, you need a hammer, right? Because he has to smash stuff. And, well, we needed something to make it more film-like. And what is one of those things that you always see in films, and also a lot in my work? Lens flares. But what kind of color? If I want to draw the attention to something, I'm really much a fan of using the color red. But in this case, I just want to blend everything together. And that's when I choose a more safer color, in this case blue. Blue also gives you more of a distance, a little bit of weirdness, and of course coldness, all, well, greatly fitting for Harley Quinn. But how do you shoot something like this? If you want a more filmic look, I love to have that lens flare in, and I don't really care about the lighting of my model. If I just want a portrait, this is where it's very important to just light your face of the model, that you make sure that all the shadows are nice, that you have a nice butterfly or maybe a Rembrandt triangle, but it's all about the lighting on the face. When I go for a more filmic look, that's when I look more at the atmosphere of the shot. Sometimes one of the eyes is dark, sometimes the shadows aren't right. But if the whole look and feel of the shot is filmic, for me that's much more important than just having perfect lighting. Sometimes perfect is not perfect, and sometimes not perfect is perfect for the shot, if you get what I mean. So, for this setup, the S26 on our model, creating a nice spread of light, making sure that we have a smaller light source for high contrast. We can place it close, so I have a rapid light fall off, but we still light a lot of the scene. And for our backup light, of course, the Rogue magnetic system with the blue gel aimed from the back at our model. And now the only thing you as a photographer have to do is walk around your model and create contrast. And of course it helps if you use a black diffusion filter on your lens to create that nice, beautiful lens flare. We can talk about it for hours, you know the drill. Let's watch the behind the scenes video and enjoy some music. Did you know that all the music in our videos is played by me? And you can find it on your favorite streaming service. But hey, this is about photography. Let's go behind the scenes with Harley Quinn. As you can see, a pretty simple lighting setup. Now, this is one of my favorite lighting setups. One main light, slightly from the edge, and an accent light. The accent light you can use for adding some smoke atmosphere, you can use it for lens flares, and you can just use this as an accent light or maybe on the backdrop. 2 strobes in your studio is the perfect setup to create everything. And well, your creativity is the only limit. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Digital Classroom. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And of course, we're gonna see you in the next episode. Bye guys.